Junie B., First Grader. Book 26. Aloha-ha-ha. Written by Barbara Park. Chapter 7. Flowerhead. Day 4. Dear First Grade Journal, I am writing this page on a stupid, dumb tour bus. Stupid, dumb tour bus is the grown-up word for there is nothing but old people on this thing. We are going on a nature hike. A nature hike is when you look at plants and birds and scenery. I cannot think of a worse activity. Mother said I will get some good pictures today. Big whoop. From Junie B. I do not want to be here. I closed my journal, and I did a huff. This stupid dumb bus trip is taking forever, I grumped. Mother and Daddy rolled their eyes, 'cause we hadn't actually left the parking lot yet. I kept on grumping. Then finally, the bus door closed, and we started to go. A man in the front seat picked up a microphone. "Aloha!" he hollered. All of the bus people sat there real silent. Then a few of them said aloha back at him, only way quieter. The man laughed. "Oh, come on, you can do better than that." "Aloha!" he hollered again. And so this time more people said it, but they still weren't loud enough for him, I guess, because we went through that same nonsense 5 more times. I tapped on Mother. "This guy is getting on my nerves," I said. "Shh," she said back. I looked at Squeezer. "Being shushed is getting on my nerves too," I said. The man kept talking. He said his name is Donald, and he will be our nature guy today. I did a sigh. "Little children do not like nature," I said. Donald kept on blabbing. He said we were on our way to a beautiful rainforest, and we will see some of the most spectacular scenery in the world. I covered my face. "Little children hate spectacular scenery," I said. Donald went on. He said we will see gorgeous flowers and magnificent trees and beautiful birds of all colors. I did a loud groan. "Can this situation get any boringer?" I said. An old man in front of me heard me say that. He peeked his head over the seat real friendly. He said his name was Harold, and he was 88 years young. "When you get to be my age, spectacular scenery is as exciting as it gets," he said. I sighed again. "That's not much to look forward to, Harold," I said. Daddy quick leaned over, and he told me to please find something to do. Then he gave me my camera, and he said to take a picture of the people on the bus. I waited till we stopped at a light. Then I stood in the aisle, and I took a picture. Click, click. I sat back down. Day 4. A bus full of old people. That picture will go nicely with my other embarrassing photojournal pictures, I said. Room 1 is going to laugh me right out of show and tell. After that, Mother snatched my camera away, and she said maybe I needed a nap. I covered my ears. "Yeah, only how can I even sleep with all of Donald's yakking going on?" I said. That man would not stop, I tell you. He told us the names of 1,000,000 jillion Hawaii birds and 1,000,000 jillion Hawaii flowers. Plus also, he talked about pineapples and coconuts and bananas and papayas. Then Donald took a big breath, and he started talking about tuna fish. I threw my hands in the air. "For the love of Pete, someone take his microphone away," I hollered. Mother did a gasp at that comment. Daddy did a gasp too. I quick covered my mouth. But it was too late. All the bus people were stretching their necks to look at me. "Junie B, what on earth has gotten into you today?" asked Mother. I slumped way down. "Sorry, Mother, sorry, but I've got stress in my head because I really need an exciting picture for my photo journal. Only what kind of exciting picture can you get on a stupid dumb nature walk with old people?" I stopped and looked over the seat. "No offense, Harold," I said. "None taken," he said back. "It's just that I'm running out of time," I explained. "Aren't we all?" said Harold. Mother sat me down again. "Well, I can promise you one thing, Junie B," she said. "If you go on this hike with a bad attitude, nothing good will happen. But if you keep an open mind, you might be surprised. Sometimes nature can be very exciting." I slumped down even more. "Yeah, right. Exciting," I said. I turned and looked out the window. I don't care what she says. Nature is not exciting. Not even if it's in paradise. The bus trip took forever, it seemed. But finally, whew, at last, the driver turned a corner, and we pulled into a parking lot. "We're here," said Donald. "Welcome to our beautiful Hawaiian rainforest." I sprang up like a spring. Then I ran outside, and I sniffed real deep. "Fresh air! Fresh air! I thought I would never breathe you again," I said. Pretty soon, Donald gathered all of the bus people around him. He gave us a nature guidebook, and he told us the hiking rules. "Hiking rule number 1, he said. Please stay on the hiking trail and do not wander off on your own." He went on. "Hiking rule number 2, please do not disturb the natural vegetation. And hiking rule number 3, please be respectful of nature and speak in quiet voices." I looked at Squeezer and rolled my eyes. "Wonderful. Another quiet voice day," I grouched. After that, all of the bus people lined up behind Donald, and we started hiking down the trail. It was slow as molasses, I tell you. On account of every 2 seconds, people kept stopping to look at stuff. Just plain old normal stuff, I mean, like plants and flowers and trees. Finally, I got frustration in me. "Okay, folks, keep it moving. We've seen it all before," I called. Daddy quick scooped me up, and he sat me on a rock. Then he waited for the other bus people to pass by. And big surprise, I got scolded again. He said if I can't behave myself, we will go back to the bus right now, and we will sit there until all the people come back. "Is that what you want to do, Missy?" he said. "Huh, is it?" I made a grump face. "No, Daddy," I said. "I don't want to do any of this stuff. I wish we could do something exciting, 'cause I've already seen flowers in nature before." Just then, Mother picked up a flower that was lying on the trail. "Oh, but you've never seen a flower quite like this, Junie B," she said. "Look how beautiful this is. It looks like a big red powder puff." She stuck it in my hair. Then she took out a mirror to let me see. I stared at myself, very admiring. "Whoa," I said. "I look stunning." Mother laughed. "Yes, you do," she said. "This would make a really cute picture." My face got brighter. "Hey, yeah," I said. "This could be the first cute picture of my whole entire photo journal." I quick got my camera, and I held it way out in front of me. Then, click, click, I took a picture of my very own self. "Now that one is a keeper," I said. "I am stunning." After that, all of us started hiking again. Only this time, I was the slowpoke, because I kept picking up powder puff flowers and sticking them in my hair. Pretty soon, my whole head was full of those beautiful things. I stuck extra ones in my pockets, and my shirt buttons, and my shoelace holes. Then I looked down at Squeezer and smiled. "Nature is being a little bit fun," I said. I smiled bigger. Who knew? Chapter 8. Clicking. We hiked and hiked to the end of the trail. Then Donald gave us granola bars, plus also we drank Gatorade. Donald liked my flower head. "You look like a walking lehua blossom," he said. I did a frown at that word. "Lehua whata?" I said. "A lehua blossom. The flowers in your hair are red lehua blossoms," he explained. Lehua blossoms are a favorite food source for a little red bird called an apopany. I stared at that man for a real long time. "You have way too much information in your head, Don," I said. Donald laughed real loud. Then I laughed too. Only it wasn't actually a joke. After we rested, we started hiking back to the bus. Mother and Daddy and I went last again, only this time I had to walk even slower on account of the flowers kept falling out of my hair, and so I had to keep picking them up and putting them back. "Come on, Junie bee," said Mother. "We need to stay up with the others. If the flowers fall out of your hair, you'll just have to leave them." I did a frown. "But I worked very hard at this flowered arrangement," I said. "And I don't want to go back to the bus empty-headed." Mother thought for a minute. Then she picked up more flowers from the trail, and she wove them in all over my head. Plus also, she used some bobby pins to hold them. "There, that ought to do the trick," she said. "Now come on, let's go. We've got to catch up." And so both of us started to run. Only too bad for me, because all of a sudden, my shoe came loose, and so I quick sat down on the trail to tie it. And that is the last pleasant hiking memory I have. Whoosh! The noise zoomed by my ear. Whoosh! I did a gasp. A teensy red bird flew right by my face. I sat there real frozen. The bird fluttered and flapped, and it chirped and twerped, and dipped and swirled. And then, plop! That crazy bird landed right on top of my head. My mouth tried to shout, but no words would come out. I quick stood up and tried to shoo him away, but he just flapped and flopped and fluttered some more. And he kept right on staying there. Then, finally, my voice came back to normal. Bird! Bird! 911! 911! Bird! 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 I screeched. Mother and Daddy came running back to me. Their mouths fell all the way open. Then they tried to shoo the bird away too, but it still kept flapping and flopping and fluttering up there. Suddenly, Mother covered her mouth with her hand. "Oh my gosh, I think it's stuck," she said. "I think it's tangled in her hair." My eyes got big and wide at that news. "Tangled?" I yelled. "The bird is tangled in my hair? Are you kidding me?" I raised my screech even louder. "It's tangled! It's tangled! 911! 911! Tangled bird!" I hollered. All of the bus people came rushing back at once. Plus, Donald came rushing back too. He came to a stop in front of the group. Then he quick gathered himself together, and he started giving orders. "Okay, I need everyone to go back to the bus. Now," he said. "Please." The older people hurried away. Then Donald turned to Mother and Daddy, and he made his voice very calmly. "Okay, Mom and Dad, step away from the bird," he said. Mother and Daddy looked at each other. Then both of them stepped away. After that, Donald walked to me real slow, and he squatted down next to me, and he held my hand. "You okay, honey?" he said. I rolled my eyes. "I've got a bird on my head here, Don. How good can I be?" I said. Donald smiled. "I don't know. You look pretty brave to me," he said. I thought for a minute and did a sigh. "I'm not, Donald. I'm not brave," I said. "I'm afraid of jellyfish and eels." Donald shrugged. "Join the club," he said. After that, he gave me a pat, and he told me my final instructions. "Just hold your head perfectly still," he said. "I'm going to walk behind you and untangle this little guy, okay?" My heart pounded real hard. "Okay," I said back. I stood as still as could be. Donald's voice kept talking real quiet and calm. "In all of my years as a nature guide, I have never seen a sight like this," he said. I raised my eyebrows. "Really, Donald?" I said. "Really," he said. "I wish I had a picture of this. A picture of this would be 1 in a million." That's when it hit me. I did a gasp. "Donald, I have a camera," I said. I pointed to my backpack lying on the trail. "It's right in there." Mother covered her mouth. "Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that," she said. Then she bent down real slow, and she got the camera from my backpack. And a bird in the hair. Click, click. She took a picture. I kept on staying still. I felt Donald pick up the bird real gentle, and he untangled its feet from my hair. Click, click. Mother took another picture. Then, hooray! A bird in the hand. Donald held out his hands, and he showed me the teensy little red bird. "Look, see? Not one feather harmed," he said. "Good job, young lady." I smiled, real relieved. "Good job to you too, Donald," I said. He winked at me. "How about if you and I go release this little fella back to his tree?" he said. "He's going to have a pretty exciting story to tell all his friends, isn't he?" I thought about show and tell. "Yes," I said, "we both are." After that, I took the camera from Mother, and me and Donald went down the trail a little way. Donald set the little bird on a rock. He kept his hands around the bird real gentle. "Ready?" said Donald. "Ready," I said. Donald took his hands away. And, flap, flap, the bird started to fly. I began snapping pictures very fast. A bird in the tree. Bye-bye, birdie. Click, 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 click. Then, zoom, it flew away. For a second, I stood there real silent. Donald stood real silent too. "Whoa," I said finally. "Wow," said Donald. We looked at each other and smiled. I aimed my camera one more time. Click, click. My new friend Don.